Good evening and welcome to Biz RoundUp. I'm Tamir Nimsad and we at Art Television bring you a collection of business highlights. Let's have a look at the headlines. Sri Lanka Tourism unveils plans to attract 4 million tourists by 2030. Education system to go through a drastic curriculum transformation, Minister asserts. Inland Revenue Department takes measures to verify high net worth individuals. News in detail. Minister of Education Susil Premchand said that the government is planning to deviate from exam-centric education towards a more practical approach with the introduction of modules and relevant assessment criteria. The minister said this speaking at an event held in Colombo recently.
We are in the process of transformation of education. So we want to deviate from exam-centric education to the practical. So introduce modules. Then assessment will be done in the classroom by the teacher in charge of that particular subject. Then they evaluate the student and give some marks. Now supposing the student is weak, so the teacher has time to correct that. So at the end of the year, only one assessment, especially in the primaries. So after 2028, there won't be no failures in GCO level. We allow all the students who study up to GCO level to select their path, either the academic or vocation training. So they don't want to leave the school. So they can stay there another 2 years and continue their academic studies or vocation training. Then they will be directed to vocation training programs.
Speaking at the event, the minister also revealed that a pilot project is currently in the works to introduce artificial intelligence along with information technology in 17 selected schools with the support of Microsoft.
Very soon we are going to introduce IT with AI. The content development completed and we are starting a pilot project covering 17 schools and we are supported by Microsoft. The teachers will be trained. There are another 2 projects. I think the DG of the TRC and the chairman, they know it very well. 2 days ago, the cabinet approved providing the 1,500 smart boards to the schools where we have GC advanced level streams. And at the same time, we are getting another grant within next couple of weeks to introduce another 1,000 smart boards. So altogether, there will be 2,500 smart boards will be introduced by May, June. And then TRC is responsible for fiber optic connections. By so far, I think they have given about 750 connections. So by May, June, they have to complete the project by supplying 1,250 lead cluster schools. So there will be administrative reforms in the country, categorization of the schools, primary, junior secondary and senior secondary.
Minister of Tourism Harin Fernando said that Sri Lanka Tourism plans to attract 4 million tourists by 2030, accompanied by a comprehensive tourism policy aimed at a holistic promotion and sustainability. The minister said this addressing media representatives during the ITB event held in Berlin last week.
The trend seems to be continuing well and we are right on course for our target of 2.5 million tourists, which is our target for 2024. Well, our overall target for 2030 will be 4 million tourists, but there's lots that Sri Lankan tourism has to do to achieve that and get there, specifically getting the rooms, getting the infrastructure sorted. And it is time that we tell the world what we are about. So that is why we're going to go on a 360-degree campaign. It is not only going to be a digital campaign, but it's going to be ground branding. There's lots of TV programs, reality shows, culinary shows. There'll be things on Netflix. We've got Nas Daily, who's a huge influencer, doing some programs. So there's loads of things that's going to happen. We're getting some sports personalities, marketing Sri Lanka. So on the marketing aspect, yes, we are going to go ahead and we will get the numbers. But it is our job to make sure that the quality prevails and the quality improves.
Speaking at the event, Minister Harin Fernando also unveiled plans to showcase Sri Lanka's rich cultural heritage and natural beauty through a special runway show to be held at Sigiriya with the rock serving as a backdrop for the runway.
Colombo Fashion Week, which is one of the top 20 fashion parades, or whatever you call it, I'm sorry, is going to have a special, like in Berlin, like in many iconic areas, in front of Sigiriya, being the rock, being the backdrop. We're going to have a massive fashion show to attract and tell the world about Sigiriya as well. So there's lots of new campaigns, new initiatives that Sri Lanka Tourism have taken, and also adventure tourism. And we are looking at new markets as well. We want to consolidate the German market. We met the tourism authorities of Germany. We requested them to speak with few airlines. Air seat capacity opening up is the key for German travelers to come to Sri Lanka. So all you journalists, please help us. Write something positive saying to fly some airlines into Sri Lanka. Because right now we only have the Sri Lankan Airlines flight flying from Frankfurt. But the moment what I realized is when I took over, my job was to find fuel and make the last tourist leave the country because we were in a crisis. From that time onwards to where we have achieved, for me it's truly a miracle.
Stay tuned. We will return after the short commercial break. Welcome back after the break. Foreign Minister Ali Sabri emphasized the need to promptly tackle climate change, biodiversity loss, pollution and exploitation of the Indian Ocean as it holds serious implications for the sustainability of the ocean and its livelihood. The minister said this speaking at the IORA Day celebrations held at the Gold Face in Colombo recently.
The root causes of the triple planetary crisis of climate change, biodiversity loss and pollution, illegal, unreported and unregulated fishing, and unlawful exploitation of the marine resources are wreaking havoc on the delicate balance of the Indian Ocean ecosystem, seriously affecting its sustainability. Most importantly, at the heart of our effort to safeguard the Indian Ocean for future generations lies the urgent need to address the urgent threat of climate change. The warming of our planet's atmosphere is not just a distant concern. It is happening here and now with serious implications for the health and sustainability of the ocean. Rising sea levels, ocean acidification, and extreme weather events are already devastatingly impacting marine life and coastal communities across the Indian region. We cannot afford to ignore the realities of climate change any longer. Only by confronting the challenges of climate change head-on can we hope to secure a sustainable future for the Indian Ocean and all who depend on it for their livelihood.
Port City Colombo held the groundbreaking ceremony for a brand new business centre, signalling Sri Lanka's ambition to become a leading regional hub for technology and commerce. Business Centre, scheduled for completion by Q3 2024, will offer contemporary infrastructure, premium and vast office space. Port City Colombo is the largest public-private partnership and foreign direct investment project in Sri Lanka's history, emphasizing the government's commitment to attracting foreign investment. It will include distinct corporate blocks such as the IT Park and Commercial District, showcasing sustainability principles. The Colombo Port City Economic Commission offers a single-window solution for stakeholders and host authorized persons once completed. Chinese Ambassador Wei Shenghong emphasized China's support for Sri Lanka and the importance of the Port City Colombo project in bilateral cooperation.
Port City Colombo serves as a powerful engine that plays a crucial role to help Sri Lanka recover its economy and achieve prosperity. As a result, both our countries attach great importance to this flagship project of the Belt and Road Initiative.
Speaking at the event, the Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena said that the business centre of the Colombo Port City stands as a testament for the development of Sri Lanka as a business hub and maritime cluster in the South Asian region.
The business center of Port City stands as a testimony to the ambitious vision of making Sri Lanka a thriving business hub and a vibrant maritime cluster of the region. Sri Lanka's ongoing economic stabilization under Excellency the President continues to engage with all international partners of development, states as well as non-state institutions which contribute in today's international markets of development. Various structural reforms are underway, paving the way for an economic resurgence and accountability. The biggest advantage, as we all know, of our country is its strategic location. I sincerely hope that business center of Colombo Port City will be open shortly for investors as the single window investment facilitator, creating a business enabling environment within the Colombo Port City's multi-service special economic zones, and will also commit to fostering a successful ecosystem that attracts global investments and drives sustainable development in Sri Lanka.
Stay tuned. We will return after this short commercial break. Welcome back after the break. The Inland Revenue Department has announced measures to closely monitor high wealth individuals to ensure tax compliance and increase tax revenue. A dedicated unit, the High Wealth Individuals Unit, has been set up within the IRD, operating from the Large Taxpayer Office. The primary objective of the unit is to ensure tax compliance among highly wealthy individuals in the country. The unit will reach out to select wealthy individuals and collaborate with them and their advisors to ensure timely and accurate filing of tax returns. The HWIU will conduct additional risk assessments and profiling of wealthy taxpayers to prioritize audits on cases with the highest risks of non-compliance. The IRD will also enhance collaboration with domestic and international organizations to access information that can help identify potential tax non-compliance among wealthy individuals. The IRD will work closely with banks, the Financial Intelligence Unit, and other tax administrations through its treaty network with 45 countries. This collaboration aims to identify banking records and assets of wealthy individuals that may not have been disclosed. The oil palm cultivation or the palm oil industry became a controversial topic in Sri Lanka, pushing the government to ban the oil palm cultivation since 2021. The oil palm cultivators and the companies engaging in the process of making palm oil lament that the president was making some plans to lift the ban, but suddenly the process has been halted. One of the recent studies has demonstrated that the palm oil industry in Sri Lanka currently saves approximately $70 million annually in foreign exchange outflows and meets around 6% of the domestic edible oil demand. The same study by the Institute of Policy Research also reveals that the industry generates employment for over 33,000 individuals and attracts a capital investment of 23 billion Sri Lankan rupees. The 2021 ban on oil palm cultivation in Sri Lanka was primarily driven by concerns of its long-term environmental impact owing to soil erosion, drying of springs, thus affecting biodiversity and life of the community. The oil palm cultivators and the companies engaging in the process of making palm oil counterattacked that all those allegations were not proven and politically motivated campaigns. Accordingly, they demand the president and the government to lift the ban on the oil palm cultivation.
People who banned palm oil did not know the uses of palm oil, and then the bakeries and all the other confectionery went and protested, saying that they can't do their business without palm oil, and they realized that palm oil is essential. It's an essential ingredient for the industries. Then the government lifted that import ban, but they still kept the oil palm planting ban because these are done only by the plantation companies. So we have no vote base, It's all, political issues here. That's why, if you ban tea or rubber, the politician can't go to a village and contest. Among the plantation companies, you can't. They are quite safe to play around. If you think about, the things that they banned at the same time, like chemical fertilizers, chemical insecticides, all those were reversed. Those gases notifications were reversed. Because why? There were protests against that by the general public. But here there is no protest because there was no public organized on this campaign. There was nobody planting oil palm when you compare tea and rubber or any other crop, because it was not given, the benefit was not given to the public to plant by the government. So we got isolated, and the plantation companies are suffering now.
The oil palm cultivators who are currently having invested in the industry assert that meeting the local edible oil demand in the country is indeed a challenge without imports, but they assure a significant curtailment of the foreign exchange outflows. They invite the authorities with them for a responsible palm oil industry which can guarantee magnificent economic benefits without forgetting the environmental sustainability.
වතු සමාගම් වල මෙච්චර කාල පවතිච්ච භෝග ගැන අධ්‍යයනය කරාම තමයි අපිට තේරෙන්නේ පාම් වගාව නිදහසේ කරන්න පුළුවන් වගාවක් කියලා. ඇත්තටම මේ වගාව තහනම් වෙච්ච වගාවක් මේ වෙනකොට. අපි විවිධ අංශ සමග සාකච්ඡා කරා මේ වගාව නිදහස් කරලා දෙන්න, ඒ වගේම මහජනතාවට කුඩා ගෝයින්ට මේක වගා කරන්න අවස්ථාව ලබා දෙන්න කියලා. ඒ පිළිබඳ යම් කිසි කතිකාවතක් ගොඩ නැගුණා. ගොඩ නැගිලා හැබැයි මේ වෙනකොට ඒක යම් කිසි ස්ථානයක නැවතිලා වගේ අපිට පේනවා. ජනාධිපතිතුමා යම් කිසි තීරණයක් අරගෙන තිබුණා මේක නිදහස් කරනවා කියන මට්ටමට. හැබැයි ඒ තීන්දුව ක්‍රියාත්මක වෙන්න ටිකක් ප්‍රමාදයි වගේ අපිට තේරෙනවා. අපි කියන්නේ ජනාධිපතිතුමාට ගත්ත නිර්භීත තීන්දුව ඉතා ඉක්මනින් ක්‍රියාත්මක කළා මේ ගොවි ජනතාවට මේ වගාව වගා කරන්න අවස්ථාව ලබා දෙන්න කියලා.
ඔයිල් පාම් වගාවට මේ වෙනකොට රජයෙන් දීලා තියෙන තහනම ඉවත් කළා අපිට අවසර අරන් දෙන්න කියලා තමයි අපි රජයෙන් බල කරලා ඉල්ලන්නේ. ගොඩනැගිලි පරීක්ෂණ ආයතනයෙන් කියනවා මේ ඔයිල් පාම් නාය යන අවදානම් තැන්වල හිටවන්න පුළුවන් කියලා.
අපි හැම වගාවටම ආදරේ. අපි වගා කරන සංගමයක් විදිහට අපි හැමෝටම හැමදේම තියෙනවා. අපි ඔයිල් පාම් විතරක් කරනව නෙමෙයි. එතකොට ඒ වගාවන් වලදී මර වෙනස තමයි දකින්න වියදමට වඩා ආදායම මේකේ වැඩි, අර වියදමට සාපේක්ෂව ආදායම අඩු. එතකොට මේ දෙක අතර පරතරය වැඩි නිසා තමයි අපි මේකට කැමති වෙන්නේ. චොක්ලට් එකක් ගත්තත් බිස්කට් එකක් ගත්තත් ඒ හැම එකේම දාලා තියෙනවා අපි දරුවට අරන් දෙන චොක්ලට් එකේ බව තියෙන්නේ ඔයිල් පාම් අඩංගුව ඇත කියලා. එහෙනම් ඉතින් අපි දන්නවා මේක ගොඩක් නිෂ්පාදනයන් වලට ඕන වෙන දෙයක්. එතකොට අපි පිටරටින්ම ගේන්න ගියොත් අපි කොච්චරක් කියලා ගේන්නද? දැන් අපේ පුංචි වගාකරුවා මේක නිෂ්පාදනය කරලා දුන්නොත් අපිට යන ප්‍රමාණය පොඩක් අඩු වෙයි.
With that, we wind up for today. For this and more, subscribe to our channel on YouTube and follow us on Facebook. See you tomorrow with State of Business at 7:45 p.m. Take care and good night.